Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Sim Racing Network's presentation of the Sim500 Transervice Cup Series here at ISM Speedway. Myself, Don Uncle Runkle Jr. up in the booth, Aaron Grosskopf down in the production van bringing these fantastic pictures tonight. Folks, we have 140 laps of grade A pure excitement ready to come to you. Right now they're doing qualifying, but I tell you what, Don, this track is looking awfully slick already.
Yeah, it's looking awfully slick, and yeah, Uncle Runkle, you've been hanging around Chad Cole too long. Anyway, yeah, this track is definitely slick tonight, but we have a new build, we have a new car, and it drives different, so we'll see how it goes tonight for some of these guys. It's only affecting some of these D ovals. We know there's only a mile track. We were talking about this pre-race, but a few tire changes, little downforce changes definitely affect the new way this Cup car drives.
You were saying that during the warm-up when we were talking that apparently, guys like me who have a habit of looping this car coming out of 3 and 4 at Phoenix probably will have a hard time doing that now, huh?
Well, I mean, in a different league, I ran on Sunday a Phoenix race in the Cup car, and I've always had an issue with basically on a long tire run. Coming out of turn 4, you really have to be careful on the throttle. I mean, basically a lot of guys like to say you act like there's an egg underneath the throttle. But I found that I was pretty much able to just mash the gas and point in the right direction as long as I took the right line. And it was a lot more stable than I was used to. So, it might be a different we weren't really running in the late afternoon or evening or anything like that. So it was kind of in the middle of the day. So, not really sure how that's going to affect some of these guys. Maybe it was just me, but I think the car drives different.
Well, we're seeing some interesting times right now in qualifying. Track temperature is only 107 degrees right now. We're seeing some guys putting down 25.8s in qualifying. Now, we saw 25, I think Mitch Rollo ran like a 25.5, something like that in practice. But temperatures were just a little bit different at that time. But before we go much further here, Don, I just want to say that our own Ben Kilcrease, who's normally a regular starter in this series, is going to be out tonight. Ben, we're thinking about you, brother. All the love goes out to you, man. All of our prayers go out to you. Ben's going through some tough family times right now. A member of his close family is dealing with some illnesses that we're not going to get into. But just want you to know, Ben, we're thinking about you, brother.
Yeah, we're definitely thinking about you, Ben.
But in the meantime, his presence will be missed on the track. But his fellow, crossover motorsports drivers are looking pretty good in practice. Like I said earlier, Mitch Rollo was up there at the top of the leaderboard, although he's having some issues in qualifying right now. He just took a wild ride in qualifying. But we got 25.8 sitting on the pole right now, Don. That's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad of a time right now. We got, who is that, Gabe? We got on the pole
Gabriel
right there,
Perry.
Gabriel Perry. Right now sitting on top of the pole, and Scott Simley not too far behind him, right behind him, actually. I mean, they pretty much... Well, you got 7/1000th of a second between those two.
Well, look at Pasquarello and Standish. They're tied the exact same time.
Oh, they are. Yeah, that's incredible right there. Look at that. Yeah,
and then
definitely
look,
some tight
Gonzalez
times
and
here.
Falkingham, they're 2/1000ths apart. My goodness, man.
Just some insanely close times here, guys, which just means there's going to be some great close racing here. And like I said, with this new tire model and the way this new build drives, I think you're going to see some great racing, especially coming out of these corners here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mitch was unable to get his lap in for practice, so it looks like he's a grid 36 on the track right now. We have a 43-car field here, folks. That's a full field. 43 cars in the Cup Series, the Transervice Cup Series, going to be rolling around this track. Don, this ought to be fun to watch.
That's going to be a lot of cars, a lot of traffic. A little short track here at Phoenix. Here, these guys are going to be, it's kind of unique. They have what we call the dog leg here, that these guys are going to swoop down below that yellow line. We'll be talking about it all race long. And these guys will be making it 3 wide through there, guaranteed, if not more. And we'll just see how, we'll hope that cooler heads will prevail, let's just say.
I'm going to go ahead and just keep my mouth shut on that. If last night's Xfinity race was any indicator, this should be really interesting. Well, here we go, folks. The grid is done. We're going to have him get you top 10 real quick. Gabriel Perry comes in 25.802 as the pole winner. To his outside on row 1, Scott Simley, that 12 car, with a 25.809.
And in row 2, starting on the inside, number 77, James Pasquarello starting right there. And then after them is going to be the 09, starting on the outside, Niall Standish.
Niall Standish, we haven't heard from that guy in a while. Well, in the inside of row 3, Jose, I almost said Jose. Jose Gonzalez, I did, huh? Jose Gonzalez in 5th place in the 26 car. To his outside, Daniel Falkingham in the 39 car in 6th place.
And behind them is going to be the number 40 of Trey Etson. And right next to him is going to be the number 34 of Sean Bounty.
And sitting back here in ninth, my personal favorite, Dwayne Vincent. This guy lives about 10 minutes from me down here. That car he's running, that Tabasco car, we live about 30 minutes from the place where they make that. So he'll be starting ninth. And just to his outside in 10th, bringing out that row 5 there, Tommy Ryan, the 99 car. Well, Don, they're gridded up, buddy. We got clouds over the track already. Our starting track tip is going to be 108 degrees, but with this cloud over the track, we could see it cool off a little bit, give these guys a little bit more grip than they're used to.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see that. This dynamic weather definitely changes the game here, is so to say. Cloud cover can definitely affect track temperatures, which means a cooler track, more grip, and hopefully better racing.
Well, here we go, folks. They're rolling off, and I believe they're already at 1 to go. Yeah, we're going to do 1 pace lap around this track. And, I mean, I'm really surprised some of the names we're seeing up here tonight. Not guys we're used to seeing up front normally right off the bat. These guys, they're all up front, but some of the ones we are used to seeing up front are really further back in the field. So this should be fun to watch. Look at his Comstocks back there in 32nd place. Mitch, 36. Mitch dominated Atlanta until he was involved in an incident with a lap car. This should be an interesting race. Well, the pace car is off the track. Green flag is in the air, and off the bat, boy, Gabriel Perry's not messing around. He jumped out to a real nice lead there. And I'll tell you what, the 12-car assembly, I don't know if he's just taking it easy or if he spun his tires there, but they've got a huge gap between themselves and the leader. Back behind them, 4 wide going down through that dog leg that Don touched on earlier. This is fascinating. I tell you what, these guys, they're not really going to take it easy these first few laps, Don.
No, they're definitely going to take it easy. It looks like these guys are already battling for position. They're already trying to take advantage of that cool track temperature and these new tires with all the grip they have.
Grip is going to be a premium right now. And I tell you what, I'm looking at this 40 car. Edson on the outside here. He's making it work for him. They're all grounding on a little bit right there coming to that dog leg. I've seen a lot of sparks coming off these cars. So that's probably going to go away as these tire temps come up a little bit. Speaking of temps, our track temp is up to 109 from the start of this race. So we got a two-way battle right here between the 39 car of Falkingham and Edson up there on the outside, trying to take that spot away from him. That's a fight for 7th place. Edson had it. I think Falkingham wants it. And we're going to see if he can get away from him right there, coming down to that dog leg. So we're gonna lose Don for a couple of seconds, folks. Sorry about that, the pause in the action there. Don's having a little issues. He's going to fix that real quick. So I'm going to stick here with you and talk you through this. It looks like we got single file now all the way up to the lead here. Still in the lead, though, is Gabriel Perry in that 19 car. He's got a nice little lead out there right now. A little bit, a little bit over half a second, I should say. It looks like we got a nice little battle going back here in 10th with Tommy Ryan. He's looking to maybe hold that car down there in the 10th place. Not sure if he's going to be able to keep it, though, because right beside him is Chad Coleman in that 20 car. Ooh, Chad got a little loose there, got up in the wall. It's going to allow that car of 13 of Dwayne Vincent, the Tabasco car, to close up on that back bumper. Maybe back off just a little bit. Oh, we got a blinky on track. Who is that? Is that Tommy Ryan? Yeah, Tommy's got some connection issues, it looks like, in that 99 car. Looks like his ping's up and down right now. Hopefully he won't lose connection. That's something we have, folks. Sometimes if you lose connection with this game, that's what we have instead of tire failures or transmission failures. You'll lose connection with the game, come back a few laps down. It's heartbreaking when it happens. It's nothing you can really control, just like in real life, pretty much. But man, I tell you what, these guys are making it look easy out there in this Cup car on this track right now. Back up front, it looks to me like Perry still got a little bit of over a half a second lead. He hasn't really drawn away too much from Scott Simley back there in the 12 car. Simley's keeping the same pace when they both ran 28.6 that time by. That's not a bad pace right now. But these tires, I kind of wonder how long these tires are going to last. I haven't run an A-car race yet, but I did a couple B-car races here in the Open Series, and the tires actually didn't fall off too badly. And then once they fell off about 25 laps into it, Don, it kind of evened out. So it wasn't too harsh. But like I said, I haven't done an A-car drive here yet, so I'm not sure how it's going to handle. Oh, we got one spinning in one. Not real sure who that was. Let me see if I can take a look at that real quick. It looks like he had a little help there. That might have been, yeah, that was Pascarella in the 77, but he bounced off the inside wall kept it straight, but he got a little damage on the backside, as did Sean Bounty on his right front. That bottled everybody up. We got a 5 cars wide there to the dog leg right after that. But they've all kind of ironed that out a little bit. He had a little help there from the 5 car, and he's back on the bumper of the 5 car, it looks like. So we'll see how that works out throughout the rest of the race. Bundy got some damage out of that. Sean Bundy there in that 34 car took a little damage in that little exchange, trying not to, run over the guy in front of me. It's just, this track is so tight, folks, that when there's an issue like that right in front of you, you really don't have a whole lot of time to do anything but close your eyes and scream like a little girl, right, Don?
Yeah, sorry about that. I was having technical difficulties there. I'm back though. But yeah, definitely. One thing that's about this track is it's super fast, and it's a short track. It's so small. So if anything does happen, it happens really quick. It's kind of hard to avoid it. It's almost one of those kind of places where you're more likely to get involved in somebody else's mess.
And I should correct myself here. It was a 26 car that was involved in that little dust up earlier with the 77 there of James Pasquarello. Meantime, back up front, we've got a battle going on here for second place. It looks like Simley has allowed the 09 of Nigel Standish to catch up to him there, Don. Nigel's looking pretty strong right now.
Yeah, Nigel's definitely looking strong. He's taking advantage of that dog leg we were talking about earlier, going under that yellow line through there and taking advantage of the short way around the track. Sometimes there's more grip there, and looks like he's definitely closing in on the back of Scott there in the number 12.
Well, I'll tell you what, here we are, lap 12 just now. They came by that flag stand, took that flag for lap 12. Oh, and we have caution on the track. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. It looks like Randy Yoakum got a little help coming out of 3 and 4 from the 6 car. He might have gotten loose to start off with, and maybe the 6 car just didn't have anywhere to go, but that's unfortunate. It brings out our first caution flag of the day, 12 laps into this thing, and I'm sure we're probably going to see some folks duck down on pit road here, Don, and take on 4 fresh ones with a full tank.
Oh, I would definitely expect to see these guys this early on. I would think, track position is important, but I expect everybody to be taking 4 tires and a full tank of fuel.
Did you see anybody this week take 2 tires while you were running this race? I think Don's having some more technical issues there. Sorry about that, folks. We're going to step away, let these pit stops go down, and see if we can get these issues ironed out real quick. We'll be right back. We'll leave it on corner to corner so you don't miss a thing.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah. Isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, race fans, to the Sim Racing Network's presentation of the Transervice Cup Series for the Sim500 League. And I had asked Don before his microphone took a vacation there if he thought we'd see 2-tire stops. Well, question asked and answered. The 26 car of Jose Gonzalez, our first 2-tire taker there, Don. What do you think? Good idea, bad idea, or just wait and see?
Let's wait and see what happens here. I'm not sure about this one. I think this might be a bad idea, but hey, I've been proven wrong before.
Haven't we all? I mean, the minute one of us announcers says, hey, I don't think this is going to work this way. Well, they turn around and prove us wrong anyway. Well, I'll tell you what, Jose was, he qualified 5th, but he was further back in the field, got involved in a little scrum there with the 77 earlier, so he's got a little bit of damage on that car. But, hey, he's a gambler. He took those 2 tires, got out in front of everybody, so their green flag is about to drop next lap by. So let's give you a quick rundown, folks. Your top 5 is Jose Gonzalez in 1st, Gabriel Perry, our former race leader, in 2nd, Nigel Standish in 3rd, Daniel Falkingham 4th, and Scott Simling, that 12 car, drops back to 5th. Scott was up there in 2nd. He had some trouble on his pit stop, but he came out relatively okay. It could have been a lot worse for him. Don, I tell you what, restarts. We haven't seen a restart yet for these guys on this new car package, but if it's anything like the Cup race was yesterday, this ought to be fun.
Can you say 3 wide?
Dude, I saw a 6 wide yesterday.
Well, that was the Cup race. We're going to see what happens here. These guys might try to beat that.
Yeah, no doubt. But here we go, folks. Pace cars, lights are off. They're stacked up 2 by 2. There goes the pace car to the infield. And here we go. Green flag is out. And Jose wastes no time at all. He knows he's got to get out as fast as he can with those 2 tires. In the meantime, they're still 2 by 2 by 2 heading down to turn 1.
Yeah, he's still got one heck of a lead going down into turn 1. He digs it down. Those 2 tires, he's going to have to try to take advantage of it as much advantage as he can of that lead position there on the restart. Guys behind him don't go too crazy. It looked like they might have got 3 wide for a minute there, but everybody seems to be sorted out. Further back, they're definitely 3 wide in 3 and 4.
Look at that, 3 wide back there in turns 3 and 4. They made it work. And I tell you what, Nigel Standish moves up to 2nd for now, giving 2nd place, but back down on the inside, going through 1 and 2 is the 19 car of Gabriel Perry. On the outside of him now, though, he falls back into the hands of Daniel Falkingham, that 39.
Yeah, and you see those guys taking advantage of that dog leg right there, going down below that yellow line. And these guys right now side by side, pretty much all the way back. 3 wide still, way further back in the pack there.
Let's go check out that 3 wide battle real quick, see what we got going on there. That's a huge scrum we got going on with these guys.
Oh, we have a huge pack back here. Looks like we got all sorts of cars involved. 34,
Looks like you got
the 22, the 2, the 43, all these guys are battling.
Nick Timms. Yeah, that's like 3
look
by 3 by 3.
Oh, we had some net code going on there with the 34. Looked like he blinked out a little bit and might have got into the 22 there of Nelson Rivera.
And Rivera's able to save that car, Don. Great save, I might add. Yeah, you're right, though. That looked like a little bit of net code there. Bounty blinked in and out, kind of really quick. Hard to tell if that was, a really big drop in his ping or just a glitch. But there they go, back to 3 wide again through 3 and 4. Nick Timms in the middle of a sandwich there. The 52 down his inside. Oh, that's great. That's Sean Castro on that Jack Daniels car. To his outside, we got that 16 car. That's Steve Ritter in the 16. They're kind of making it work there. 3 wide. That's all solved out. The Jack Daniels car looks really good to me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that's a great paint scheme right there. I love that with those chrome rims he's got going on there. You see these guys throwing some sparks as they bottom out their cars, going through the transition there between the dog leg and getting back on the normal racing surface.
There's a dogfight back here in the lower 20s, upper 20s. I mean, these guys are really slicing and dicing, really all the way up. Oh, and you got another caution on track.
Caution toward the front. Looks like, is that Scott Simley?
It is indeed. Scott Simling, that 12 car, is turned around there. And let's see what happened here. It looks like...
he had some help.
Yeah, he had some help from that 5 car there. Man, I'll tell you what, that's unfortunate. Looks like he got away with very little damage, if any at all. He's just going to lose a whole bunch of spots.
Yeah, it looked like he's going to have more pride hurt than anything else. It doesn't look like he really hit anything. I don't think he hit the inside wall. He was able to lock him down, but definitely lost a ton of spots there.
Yeah, it looks like that 5 car just got in there a little hot. The Justin Fuller in that number 5 Chevy ZL1 just got into that turn a little hot and got into the left rear, and it doesn't take much to turn a car around on here.
No, I mean, these cars do drive a little bit more stable with this new build, but yeah, I mean, when you get a little bump from behind, it's kind of hard to hold on to, especially right there in the corner, especially if the guy's it's not like he was just getting onto the gas when he got hit there, so it kind of might have just upset the car just a little bit too much. And yeah, as long as he didn't hit anything, though, I'm sure he's going to be working his way back up through this field, though. He's definitely got a big job ahead of him now.
Well, I'll tell you, we're back on pit road, and we've only been out 6 laps, so we'll see. We got 2 guys. The 23 car stayed out. That's Josh Parker. And the 20 car of Chad Coleman stayed out. Looks like
Kevin DeBrown
stayed out. Mitch Rollo stayed out. And Steve Gottschalk stayed out. So these guys all stayed out. Only been out there 6 laps. They took 4 last time by. In the meantime, the 26 car, our former leader, Jose Gonzalez, slid through his pit box, completely missed it, had to back up. That's going to cost him some spots on track.
Definitely going to cost him huge on track.
He took 2 tires again.
Did he take the other tires, or did he take the same 2 tires?
He took left sides. Yeah, so he kept his right sides on. Oh, that's going to hurt him. I don't know. It's only been 6 laps.
I mean, they weren't. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how it goes. A lot of these guys stayed out here. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Josh Parker, I think Kevin DeBrown. We were talking about Steve Gottschalk. These guys only got 6 laps on these tires. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I mean, I think a lot of these guys just need to get this sorted out. We're going to probably have some green flag runs here. Then again, you're telling me that last night was entertaining?
Yes, we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I think this is just what Mitch Rollo needed. We know he's got a fast car here. He looked great in practice. We were watching him. We know he's a damn good driver. He dominated that Atlanta race until an unfortunate incident with a lap down car took him out of the lead and pretty much out of the race. So we know Rollo's got the skill to get this car around this track. Doug, I'm sorry, Don.
It's
Who
okay.
the hell is Doug? Anyway,
I don't know.
I don't know either. But so I think this is something he really needed, just a really quick caution. And gamble to stay out. The tires should be okay. He's known to be able to take care of his tires. So all these guys up front, I think, are really going to benefit from this choice here, Don.
I think you might be right there. I mean, Mitch, he started 36th and he's up to 4th. And I'm looking back too. I'm not sure. Did Nick Cohan? Did he pit or did he stay out? I'm guessing he probably stayed out. Yeah, because I thought I saw him a lap down at one point, is what my producers here are telling me. And he started 38th and he's up to 8th now. So yeah, a lot of these guys definitely taking advantage of that track position over pit stops.
And why not? I mean, especially when you're way back in the pack like that. He did stay out. We just got that from our producer. So, I mean, again, like I said, why not stay out? It's not like you've been out there very long on these tires. Get your track position. Get yourself into some sort of a competition for the win here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely taking advantage of it. I don't see anything wrong with it, especially, these guys right now, we kind of say, yellows seem to breed yellows. So, if these guys are expecting more yellows, then, hey, track position's really going to be important then, so.
Well, we know Parker in that 23 car, he's a pretty damn good driver too. So we got some fast guys up front. It's not like we have a back marker who's always in the rear of the field starting up front. So I don't foresee any problems with that. Just got to watch for some spinning tires, which I've seen a couple of that this week. I'm having a fun time with my talking tonight. Let's see if we can get a hold of Mitch Rollo real quick while we're still in the caution. I'm sure they're fixing to be 1 to go, but we'll just talk to him real fast. He's our in-race reporter, so let's make him earn that money, shall we? Hey, Mitch, this is John up in the booth. How you doing, bud?
I gotcha.
I know you're going to 1 to go. We'll make this real quick. How's it feel to be up there in some breathable air finally?
Oh, it feels good. We didn't take tires that time. We took 2 the stop before, so we'll see how it goes. We got a bit of a buffer back to about. Yeah, well, the last time I took 2, and this time I just stayed out. So, but we'll see how this thing feels on no tires here, especially after taking 2 last time, and we'll see what we can do with it.
All right, bud. We got faith in you. Get it done.
Thanks, man.
And that was Mitch Rollo, our very own Mitch Rollo, one of the producers here, also a commentator every so often with me. So we'll see how this works. I was unaware that he took 2 on his last pit stop. So
yeah, I wasn't aware of that either.
This will be interesting.
I also noticed Josh Parker, he gets the choice of starting on the low side or the high side. He chooses to start on the high side here on this restart.
We saw that a couple of times last night in the Xfinity race. Well, here we go, folks. The pace car is off. Green flag will be out shortly. And Parker does a good job of that restart there. Don jumps out to about a 3-car length lead over Rollo and Coleman down there on the inside.
Yeah, I didn't see any tire spin. Looks like a good start there. He dives down into the corner there. Those 2 tires, or staying out on those tires, doesn't seem to be too much of a factor right now. You see these guys diving down in the dog leg right there. 3 wide. I think we're almost 4 wide back there at one point.
Mitch Rollo putting on a power move on the outside. Passes up Coleman down there inside. Takes that second spot away. Now sets his sight on our leader, Josh Parker, in that 23 car. But I am telling you, it looks to me like Rollo is on a mission, Don.
Yeah, we were just talking to him, our in-race reporter right there, Mitch Rollo in the 96 car. He was definitely going to, said he took 2 tires, then stayed out and just wanted to kind of feel how the car was. And I guess it kind of feels fast to him right now because he seems like he's a man on a mission right here.
And he's looking really good right now. He's got great traction, good line through turns 3 and 4. This is probably the most important turn on the track right here, 3 and 4, for this configuration. It's the long front stretch come down. Oh, we got another caution.
Another caution on track.
Oh my goodness, the 48 car is on top of pit wall. Holy smokes. He got a little help
Jimmy
from the
North.
45 car, and man, he just destroyed his car on the end of pit wall. I'm afraid that's probably going to be the end of the race for him, man. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he got himself a little bump from the 45, and yeah, right onto the pit wall right there.
Man, that's a tough call. We'll see if Jimmy can get his car back on track. Right now, he's under tow. But in the meantime, what do you think's going to happen up front with these guys that stayed out last time, Don?
Man, I don't know. I was just thinking that. I was curious to know what these guys are going to do. Man, I mean, because basically the situation's flipped now. The guys that pitted this last yellow that we had before this one, I mean, if they choose to stay out, they're just going to be on tires that are only a few laps old. But the guys that did that the lap before that, their tires are even older. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of guys actually just stay out and, kind of be done with it for now. But then again, some of these guys that stayed out last time, yep, you'll see in some of them. Oh, you see some guys faking out. Yeah, mind games. I didn't think Mitch Rollo would pit, but I love seeing that. I love seeing these mind games. These guys ducking out of pit road. Will I? Won't I? Will I? Won't I? I love that. It's the best.
Yeah, man. We saw that a lot last night, too. Well, folks, don't forget, you can catch the Sim Racing Network on 3 separate platforms. We like to call it our triple threat of viewing. You can catch us on Facebook. Just look for The Sim Racing Network. Also on Twitch, The Sim Racing Network. And, of course, our YouTube page, The Sim Racing Network. Make sure you find us, like us, give us a follow, and get your notifications set up to where you can be notified every time we go live to broadcast one of these amazing races. We do a lot of these Sim500 races. We do their Xfinity Series, both of them, Cup Series. We do some short track stuff, super late models. And if you want to maybe book Sim Racing Network, book us for one of your broadcasts, visit us at thesimracingnetwork.com and give us a shout, and we'll see what we can do for you. In the meantime, let's see if we can get a hold of Mitch Rollo one more time, pull him up here again. Maybe we'll distract him a little bit. You can see what he says about staying out one more time. Mitch, John up in the booth again, buddy. I love doing this to you with one to go.
I see that. Thanks for pulling me up again.
Man, you were looking pretty stout right there on the 2 laps you had. I'm very impressed with how your car's running. How's it feel?
Feels really good actually on these old tires. Actually feels better than it does on fresh tires. Pretty tight on fresh tires, but right now just a little bit loose on exit, which is right up my alley. So we'll see what we can do.
I was gonna say you love those loose race cars, man.
I do. I like it.
You're looking real good there, Mitch. We'll keep an eye on you, buddy. Good luck.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks.
I'm gonna have to learn how to get him up here before they go 1 to green.
Right? Poor guy.
That's got to be distracting. He agreed to be our in-race reporter. He knew what he was getting into. Anyway, the pace car's lights are off, folks. We're stacked up 2 by 2. He's about to duck off a racetrack on the pit road here.
Shows the high line.
Take our start, Don.
Here we go. Pace car's off. Oh, Josh Parker definitely gets a heck of a jump there on the low side. Mitch seems like he struggled a little bit or slept on that restart just a little bit. He's on the high side. They're going out in turn 1, but still got a car inside just a little bit. Chad Coleman looking on the inside of Mitch Rollo as we go down into the dog leg.
Through that dog leg they come, but I tell you what, Mitch is looking strong on the outside. He likes to be up there on the outside. His slightly loose race car, as he described it, works better for him up there. I watched him in practice doing that. So there he goes. He takes second place away from Coleman there in third, and behind Coleman, we kind of got a little scrum going on back here for 5th and 6th between Steve Gottschalk in the 91, and it looks like Nicholas Cohan on the outside in 21.
We have a scrum going on from there all the way back.
All the way back.
The calm that's going on in the top 4 is nothing to reflect what's going on behind them. There is an utter hurricane of cars Ving per position back there. They're just trying to get the same real estate. Those guys are 3-4 wide, it seems like.
And what's crazy is they're doing that coming out of 3 and 4 onto one of the most narrow front stretch strips we have in NASCAR. I mean, there's really no room for error up there. Look at that. There's still 3 wide coming through 1 and 2 back there.
Yeah, it's crazy. These guys they're almost 4 wide going through the dog leg, and then they carry that 3 wide going through these corners. It's great racing. I think it's it's the package. Like I was saying, I think this tire model and the package is just making these guys have some more downforce to be able to really put the power down on the track, especially here at Phoenix.
Well, a lot of it has to also do with the guys we're watching. These Sim500 drivers are some of the best in sim racing. I've been saying that for several weeks now since I started broadcasting with these guys at Sim Racing Network. But in the Sim500, you're going to find some of the best drivers. Yes, they have cautions. Everybody has cautions, and you're not going to get away from them. They do it in real life too. But when it comes down to pure skill, I've seen some fantastic driving from these guys.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've raced with these guys ourselves. A lot of these guys, so we know firsthand how it is to race against some of the best talent in sim racing, which is right here. I mean, a lot of these guys are just fantastic. We were talking about Dave Comstock before the race started, and methodical Mr. Dave Comstock started 32nd. I believe he's up to 14th. Haven't really talked about him too much, but he's been able to pretty much keep his race car clean, and he's battling back there in this whole mess of cars where they're going 3 wide and 4 wide back there.
I'll tell you what. Well, Comstock was our winner from last night's. Oh, we got a spin and a crash down here in the dog leg. Looks like the 45 car. Let's see if he had any help there. I'm not sure, but he came down across the number 14's nose. Oh, I see what happened there. It was kind of net code, basically. The 45 car was on the outside. The 12 car was on the inside. And it looks like Simley got loose but net coded up into that car. That's unfortunate, folks. And because of that net code issue, wow, there's almost a foot of space between the two of them. He came down and he hit Jatina back there in the 14. And it looks like Sean Casto got some damage from that. A lot of guys got. Wow, I'll tell you what's funny is he went through Joey Jatina's car, but there is no damage on Jatina's car.
Sometimes you gotta, guys will ghost into each other and all that stuff. And I'm watching it myself. I can't. That is really bad net code right there. They were really far apart. It does happen though. I mean, unfortunately, that's just. I mean, you can kind of look at that as a tire failure, and for real racing compared to that, that's the way I look at net code and things like that. I look at it as like, it happens in real racing. We get tire failures, we get things like that happen, mechanical failures,
blown motors.
That doesn't necessarily happen here in sim racing, but we do get things like net code, or guys can drop out of a race, power failures, internet failures, all sorts of things like that. So
Cat pulls the power cord out of the wall.
Yeah. Wife hits you upside the head because you're racing too much. All sorts of different things can happen. So, I mean, that's just part of it. That's part of sim racing. We have our failure, different mechanical failures in real racing, and it happens in sim racing too.
Well, I'll tell you, while we were talking there, a lot of drama on track. A lot of people stayed out. We had several cars come in and take 2 only. Some took 4. Some took fuel only. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. But we got a huge shakeup on the track. Falkingham stayed out. Coan stayed out. And we'll let this thing cycle around real quick. And, folks, we're going to go corner to corner for you. Once we come back, we'll give you a quick rundown of the top 10 before we go back to green. Thank you for tuning in to Sim Racing Network. We'll be right back.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back to the Sim Racing Network's coverage of the Transervice Cup Series Sim500 race here at ISN Speedway. Up front, we've got Daniel Falkingham in first, Nicholas Cohan second, Gabe Perry third, Nigel Standish fourth, Justin Fuller in fifth. That's our top 5, folks. We're about to go back to green, Don. Pace car is about to duck off. Why don't you take us back to green, Don?
Oh, you always do this to me. But you know what? We got Nick Cohan up here, so I'm going to be a little biased because I actually want to see him get the lead here as the pace car pulls off and we see Daniel Falkingham. Why'd you do that to me? You know I have a hard time saying his name. Goes into turn 1 right there. And most of these guys actually stayed out. I was hearing from my producer before the race that basically everybody from 9th on up is stayed out, and it looks like Mitch Rollo is the only guy that's going to have fresh rubber, and it might only be 2 tires, I think. But you can see right now these guys are just...
I did confirm that Mitch took 2 left sides only.
2 left sides only on Mitch Rollo's car, and everybody in front of him is on the same tires they were on before. You see a lot of 2 wide action back there as we go down the front stretch, and Daniel still got the lead going into 1, coming out of 2.
I tell you what, Daniel Falkingham stretched that lead out quite a bit there already. While these guys are all back here dicing it out, I tell you what, I'm seeing 5 wide back here in the pack going to that dog leg. That's probably the most entertaining spot on the track. We should probably just put a camera right there and just leave it at that, but we can't do that. We were hired to do a job, so we'll do that. But anyway, I'll tell you what, Mitch is having a hard time here. I don't recall exactly where he started at, but he's dropped back to 14th now, duking it out back there, the 26 car. We got 1 car high in turn 1 and 2 there. I think he kept it off the wall. We're still green. 5 wide once again going down to this dog leg. I tell you what, Don, that's some exciting racing down there.
They are taking advantage of all the track that they could possibly take. This is not Talladega. This ain't Daytona. They go down below that yellow line. They go all the way against that wall on the dog leg if they choose to. I think it's a little bumpy to back down there, but 93 and the 2 are making contact right now. They're bumping and banging right now. Kevin Brown and Mike Kelly.
I tell you what, Kelly's on a mission. He took 4 tires, and he's trying as quick as he can to get all the position he can before the next caution comes out, which I don't think is going to be much longer. The way these guys are out here beating the hell out of each other coming through these turns. But again, that's one of the great parts of this this new build with this car. It's a little more controllable. I found that out racing in Atlanta yesterday at a hosted race. It's a lot harder to spin this car out now.
It definitely is a lot harder to spin this car out now. Right now I'm watching Mike Kelly just all over the back of Mitch Rollo right now. And he's definitely taking advantage of that fresh rubber. And I'm betting that he's going to try to pop down this dog leg here and maybe try to take advantage of a couple spots here.
Well, let's keep our eye on that as we go through that turn now. More than turn 1 and 2, heading for that dog leg. Let's see what happens here. Actually, no, he keeps it up high. Well, he comes down a little bit, but not quite as low as Rollo did. Look at that move on Rollo's part, way down there on the inside of that turn. I tell you what, that was probably one of the best things ISM could do to their layout was paving that grass down there and letting these guys come through there like that.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely makes for some exciting racing. And behind them, their guys are like 3 wide going down the backstretch. And Mr. Comstock we saw right there, he got himself past Mitch Rollo, and he's working his way up there slowly. But you can see almost 3 wide these guys want to do in the dog leg. This is just crazy.
Well, here we are in lap 50, coming to lap 51 now. Our leader, believe it or not, is out to 1.185, almost 1.2 seconds lead over second place. That's probably the biggest lead we've seen all night, Don.
Yeah, he's got a dominating lead right now. That is definitely the biggest lead we've seen yet. He's, on that restart, just had a heck of a restart and just never looked back from there. I mean, it doesn't look like any of these guys are really catching him or anything. He's just, Daniel's just running his own race right there. And, yeah, I mean, we haven't seen anybody really be this dominating yet.
I tell you what, watching Falkingham reminds me of last night's race. In case you folks didn't see it, Falkingham had a great race. He actually led 74 laps of last night's race before a little mistake on pit road there. I think he slipped with the box. I can't remember. But I made a mistake earlier. Comstock did not win last night. That was Byron Daly, so I apologize there, Byron. Didn't mean to steal your thunder there, bud. But it's no big deal. We move on, I guess. You know, sometimes I make mistakes. I am only human, to be honest with you, in case y'all didn't know.
I mean,
boy, sure got quiet from there, Don. I expect
you're more than human. I expect you're more than human.
I'm more human than human.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's a great.
But we get back to this race right now. Dan is even
yes.
more human than human. I mean, this guy is just Superman right here. he's got just a dominating lead right now. I'm seeing he's got a 1.6 second lead on Mr. Josh Parker there in the 23.
Well, Parker just took that second spot away from Perry back there in 3 and 4, and he's already put quite a gap between himself and Perry. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Parker is another one of the cars that came on pit road, is he not?
I think he was one of the cars. I think he started back there behind Mitch Rollo, and Mitch Rollo was the first guy to take some tires. So I believe you're right. I don't know if he took 2 or 4, but right now he seems to be gaining there on Daniel.
Well, to me, that his pace indicates he took 4 tires. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying
right now, and the fact that he's worked his way up to the field. I mean, he wasted no time at all getting by that 19 car of Gabriel Perry to take that second spot away. And he is definitely cutting into the leader's lead there. It was 1.4 last time by. But this time by, it is 1.259. So he's definitely gained about a 10th and a half per lap here. So, Don, we could see a lot of fight for lead here in the next couple laps.
I mean, yeah, we have a green flag run here. I mean, we saw a few cautions there early. It seems like these guys maybe finally got it sorted out. Maybe I shouldn't say anything because that seems to jinx it. But right now, these two guys.
Look back in the field here, Don. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I mean, the 40 car Trey Edson's moved his way up into the top 5. He's taking 4th away now. 3rd away now from Gabriel Perry in that 19. So
they're beating and bagging behind him too.
Yeah, look at that 4 wide back here with some of the crossover motorsports drivers.
Oh, Nick Cohan just almost. It was very close right there. He got right in front of that M&M's car I was seeing. That was so close.
Wow. And I don't know if it's me or is there a glitch, but did the M&M car not have a hood?
I see a hood.
Yeah, it's got to be on my end then. I love iRacing sometimes. It looks to me like he has no hood. I can see his engine from here. That's pretty cool.
No, I'm even surprised that I'm seeing the correct paint scheme because there seems to be it seems like with week 13, all the different updates, it seems like, everybody's just kind of working the little bugs out, trading paints, iRacing, everybody's kind of working the little bugs out.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if everybody saw the announcement today, but coming in the June build is the truck racing, the off-road racing. I am so looking forward to that. Let me tell you.
I cannot wait for that. That is going to be so fun. iRacing has done so much on the dirt side with rally and the dirt oval and sprint cars, and now bringing these trucks. It's just going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. I've found a new series to love more and be bad at.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll tell you what, back up front, that lead is now down to half a second over Parker. Falkingham is definitely not falling back, but I think Parker's just that much faster than him right now. Last time by, Falkingham ran a 27.4, Parker to a 27.3. So, I mean, he's definitely got more speed. And our producer is pretty sure that Parker was the first one on 4 tires, and I've got to agree with him. I'm pretty sure he's right on that, and it's definitely starting to show. He's definitely cutting down. It's 0.4 now of a lead, 0.4 seconds of a lead there. Don, we're going to see a lead change here pretty soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I definitely think we're going to see a lead change. And not only that, but these two guys are not only racing each other, but they're actually getting further and further, it seems like, away from the rest of the field there. If we keep going green here, I'm curious to see how much they're going to distance themselves from the rest of the pack because, as you're saying, I think it's just a matter of time before Josh gets the lead here as long as we stay green. But these two they're just setting a heck of a pace tonight.
They really are. Right now, they're 2.5 seconds ahead of Trey Edson back there in 3rd. We started this race, Don, with 43 cars on the track. We still have 41 cars on a lead lap. Jimmy North is the last car on the track at 43rd lap. He's 5 laps down. But everybody that we started with is still racing, so that's an outstanding fact right there. In the meantime, back up front, Parker has cut down that lead now to 0.2 of a second between him and Falkingham, the 39. And it looks like back here in 3rd place, Edson and Fuller are still duking it out. I'm sorry, Fuller and Coleman are still duking it out for 4th and 5th. It's like those two up front, Don, are off in a time zone all their own.
Yeah, they're in a completely different time zone. They're doing their own thing. They're having their own race up there. The closest battle behind them is basically going to be for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and on back. And those guys are pretty much single file. And you don't really see any more side-by-side racing until you get further back in the pack. I think this is the longest run I think we've been on tonight. We're almost at halfway. We're about 6 laps short of halfway, I think. And this is like I said, basically the longest run they've been on. I think maybe some tire wears come into account. Can't necessarily have that side-by-side racing as much as we had before.
Well, I'll tell you another interesting thing is it's been really cloudy for most of this race, but our track temperature has not gotten down below 109. And as I say that, it drops 1 whole degree down to 108. Thank you, iRacing gods, for making me look foolish. In the meantime, up front, we have a fight for the lead. It looks like the 23 of Fuller has finally caught up to Falking in that 39. And we got a caution on track. Yellow. Oh, no. I'll tell you, one person who did not want to see that was Josh Fuller in that 23.
Definitely. Josh Parker.
Sorry, Parker, my bad.
Yeah, Parker definitely did not want to see that. He was literally battling, just about to make the pass. Oh, sorry.
I don't see the caution.
I don't either.
The caution anywhere
I was trying to figure it out.
That's what it looks like. Our producer's saying it was a debris caution.
We can't see anything where it happened. I'm not sure.
I don't see anybody sideways or anything like that. Oh, here we go. I found it. It's the Steve Ritter car in the 16. He got into the wall coming out of 2, came back down across the dogleg, slammed into the inside wall.
Oh, yeah, his front end.
Steve Ritter is probably going to be done for the night, Don.
Yeah, his front end is hammered.
Well, talk about your drama. My goodness. So
yeah,
one guy
definitely.
that we know didn't want to see that was Parker in that 23. He was finally ran down the leader, was about to take that lead, but everybody's on track. I mean, everybody's on pit road now, and we're going to see how this cycles out, I guess. Oh, and did Perry miss it? Oh, no, Perry's coming all the way around.
Yeah, he has to come all the way around, yeah. But I don't think you're going to see any guys who are going to stay out now. You're definitely going to, these guys want some new tires, and with some of these different guys up front, some of these guys that started maybe a little bit further back that gambled on track position, now that they got a yellow, they got fresh tires, we're going to see how this all pans out here.
Absolutely. So, folks, we're going to let this cycle through, and we're going to take one quick break. Leave it on corner to corner. When we come back, we'll give you a top 10 rundown and let you know who's where. Be right back.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back to ISM Speedway, the Sim Racing Network's presentation of the Transervice Cup Series by Sim500. And we have gone back to 1 to go. We stacked back up 2 by 2. Parker, Falkingham, Trey Edson, Justin Fuller, Chad Cole are your top 5. The rest of the field will scroll by there on the ticker. We're about to go green here, Don. What do you think we're going to see here, bud?
Well, I mean, we talked about it during the break there. It looked like Josh Parker did indeed get his lead there. So we're going to have to see how these guys are going to be on new tires. Pace car's getting ready to pull off.
Pace car is off. Parker chose the outside, and he's off. Green flag is out. It's a great start right there. It seems to be the preferred line on restarts to that outside line. Meantime, Falkingham's still down there on the inside in second. He's got his hands full with that 5 car. That 5 car being Justin Fuller on the outside, trying to take second spot away from it.
Yeah, as they go down through the dog leg there, you see Josh Parker. Yeah, he had a great restart. Got that clean air, so he can just get all that down for us going through turn 1 and 2 as they're going to complete this lap and come around at a turn 4. Josh Parker still in the lead. Those guys back there 2 wide after 5th place.
And that, folks, right there is the halfway point of this race. We're halfway down, halfway to go, 70 laps to go. And I tell you what, it's been exciting so far. We had a great battle going up front for a long time there, but that last caution came out, and Falkingham looks to be trying to get his second spot back right there. He's right up on the bumper, the 5-car Fuller, but I don't know if he's going to have what it takes right here to take it back.
Yeah, Fuller, I don't think he wants to give up that spot too easy. He's setting his sights right there on Josh Parker. He wants that lead.
Absolutely. In the meantime, we got quite a scrum going on back here for 4th and 5th. And it looks like Edson's got it, and Cole wants it, but he's not going to get it that easily as Edson slings on by on the outside and kind of puts Cole back there in a position that he's going to have to fight for his spot for the 20-car of Coleman. And that's right, folks. It's Chad Cole and Chad Coleman. Don't adjust your screen. That's actually how it is.
Yep, the battle of the Chad Coles. Men's. Yeah. Men's. But, yeah, the battle of them right there. Those two definitely taking advantage of going down there dogleg. You're going to see that a lot more right now because these guys have fresh tires. So you're going to see, I think they're going to be taking advantage of going down there on that dogleg. I think later on in the run, it might be a little bit hairy with the further down low you go on there.
Wow.
Does that make any sense
Mother Nature
whatsoever?
heard me whining a minute ago. We were talking about that track tip. It's dropped 20 degrees.
Wow, it really has.
90 degrees, man. And that's a lot extra grip on this track. These drivers are going to love that, especially going down to that dog leg. That means they can just shoot on down there and not even get out of the throttle, really. I don't know. Do you get out of the throttle down there in the A car?
Yeah, you definitely, you sometimes, I mean, when you're early in the run, you can pretty much just gun it, but it depends on if you're side by side with somebody or 3 wide or 4 wide. I guess it just all depends on where you're at in your position right there. But I mean, you have enough grip to gun it down there. It just depends on, how many cars wide you are, really.
In the V car, you could go through their full throttle until the end of the tire run, and when you came back up on the apron, it would get a little loose from you, so you had to crack the throttle a little bit. But it's a different beast altogether down there. But anyway, back to our race, and we were talking about Mitch Rollo earlier. He was looking really strong for a while, but he's fallen back quite a bit. I don't know if it was just the way pit stops fell or what, but he's back there in 20th, kind of mired in the pack, back where it's really hard to pass without getting into somebody's bumper there, Don.
It really is. It's really difficult to pass, and he's struggling right now. And is it me, or does it seem to have gotten a little brighter out there on the track?
It's definitely getting brighter. That's that Dynamic Sky that iRacing introduced a while back. I'm loving it. I love what it brings to the racing, what it does for the track. The track's dynamic surface now. We got dynamic time. We got dynamic weather. Right now, the time in the sim is 2 p.m.
Well, the track tempo, it's 97 on the track. It's going back up, and now it just clicked up to 98. So you can see the difference it makes with those clouds right there. We're talking about track temps all night here, and it's just I mean, as soon as the clouds go away and there's sun on the track again, it just starts to heat up again. 99, it just moved, it went up another degree. So we're seeing a big change in the track temperatures, the surface of the track right now.
Absolutely, and like I was saying, that affects how these cars handle just like it does in real life. Folks, you cannot get any more realistic a sim than what you have with iRacing. And I'm not a paid spokesperson for this service. I'm just a longtime customer and a longtime sim racer. And as far as realism goes, the only thing you're missing here is the smell of high-octane racing fuel, burning rubber, and the soreness of hitting the wall in a car at 180 miles an hour.
Pretty much. You're right. I've been on the service. I've been on iRacing since 2008 when it came out, and the leaps and bounds that they have made since then are just it's just amazing. I would have never thought that we would have saw dynamic weather, all the changes on the track, dirt. I mean, not only dirt, but dirt rally. I mean, not just going in a circle, but as we see a fight for the lead here almost with these guys. But yeah, I mean, just all the different things that have taken place in iRacing is just amazing. Animated pit crews now, and people, day to night transitions, all sorts of just amazing things.
Absolutely, folks. If you want to get in on this action, head over to iRacing.com and check out what they have to offer. Now, granted, it's not a game, so it's not a cheap purchase. It's a licensing kind of thing, subscription-based, but it's well worth it.
It's a marriage.
Especially if you've got a young one that you kind of want to maybe think about getting in the racing of some sort. They have Legends cars on here. It's a great thing. In the meantime, up front, we had a battle shaping up for the lead, but that time by coming out of 3 and 4, the 39 car of Daniel Falkingham grazed that outside wall. I wouldn't say he slammed it. He just gave it a little kiss, maybe shaved off some of that paint that's on the right side of his car, which just kind of shaved off some of the speed there too also, Don.
Yeah, he might have burned up his tires a little bit trying to fight for the lead there. As he looks inside, car drifts up a little bit, just can't make it stick right there for the lead.
Well, the thing is, that turn 3 and 4, I saw this a lot last night. Falkingham, as a matter of fact, he was the one. He was dropping his left sides down below the yellow line in 3 and 4, really hooking it, making that car turn really well for him. But again, that was the B car. This is a completely different beast. I don't know if that's going to work so well for him here tonight in the A car.
I mean, you can get away with that a little bit. I mean, maybe earlier on the run, you could see he's right below. He's got both tires below that yellow line right there. He was pretty far below that too in 3 and 4, trying to get that lead. And as we're seeing again, track temperatures coming into effect. That's all I'm looking at right now is track temps. I'm obsessed with it now. There's another cloud. There's another cloud over the track. The track has gotten dark again and again. The track temperature has dropped 4 degrees in the last 3 laps.
Well, this time by, Falkingham's kind of got a nose going down through 3 and 4 on the 23 there of Parker. But I tell you what, he's going to take that inside. He's going to keep the inside edge right there. If he can keep it going down to 1 and 2 right here, he might be able to wrestle that lead away from the 23.
He just needs to get that car to stick. He might be able to do it down here in the dog leg. He might be able to carry that momentum to be able to get him up in front and sweep in front of him. Can't carry too much speed through there. The 40's looking down there too. I mean, we're going to have a 3-car battle here for the lead.
That's right. While these two are duking it out, Edson in that 40 car snuck up in here, and he wants some of this fight now. He's got a little edge down there, drops back in line between the 23, behind the 23, excuse me. In the meantime, we have a new leader back up front. The 39 of Daniel Falkingham finally wrestles that lead away from Parker, Josh Parker, in that 23 car. But as I said, here comes Trey Edson in that 40 car, that Transervice colored car, sponsored by our series sponsor, it looks like, and he's got a strong fight down there on the inside line, trying to take second place away from the 23.
Yeah, having a great battle right there. You see him, he dips those tires below that yellow line, tries to get all the grip he possibly can right now. The track's cooling down like we were talking about, but you can see right there, it drifts up a little bit. Looks like they might have had a little bit of contact door to door as they go down through the dog leg.
I'll tell you what, this is a great fight right here for second place. Edson wants it. Parker has it, doesn't want to give it up, and he is really making that car work on the outside. He's not really getting much of an advantage except for right here as they exit turn 4. He has all the momentum coming down that most important front stretch going down into turns 1 and 2 right there. And as you see, Edson finally takes that second spot away, so moves second. Edson up to second, Parker back to third, and look who's in fourth here. Chad Cole in that 82 car. He's a teammate of Mitch Rollo. He's got his car hooked up, and he's looking to take third away.
Yeah, he's making his way up through there too. Some of these guys, I think, it just shows the guys I think that are able to basically, change along with the track. This track is changing so much here in this last 40 laps. It's unreal how much the track has changed just with the shade and the track temperatures and everything else. We're seeing insanely drastic track temperature. I mean, it's changing 15 degrees within just 10 laps. That's unreal.
Well, I'll tell you what, real quick, I want to touch on the 42 car of Dave Comstock. He's got his hands full right now with the 21 of Nicholas Cohan. Both of these guys started 32nd and 38th. That's Comstock in 37th, Cohan in 38th. They're fighting right now for the 8th spot in the top 10 with we're at lap 90, so we got about 51 laps to go. I'm sorry, my math is horrible. Yeah, 51 laps to go. These two have come a long way in a short time to get there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, right there. You see Nick Cohan slide right in front of Comstock. Comstock right on his bumper. Not cutting him any slack whatsoever. He's not cutting him any slack whatsoever. He was basically bump drafting the whole way down the front stretch.
That's just saying hello. That's all that was. Hey, man, how you doing?
I just appreciate you going in front of me like that. No problem. Thank you for taking that spot.
Oh, look, you have some paper on your grill. Here, let me fix that for you.
Yeah. Here, let me get that off there for you.
In the meantime, back up front, Edson has put quite a gap between himself and Parker back there in third. And I think Edson has aspirations of taking that lead here shortly because he's really cut down into the lead of Falkingham up there in the 39.
Yeah, he's working his way up there slowly but surely. He's getting up there, and we've seen Daniel. I mean, we saw him earlier. He had a commanding lead before, and we saw Josh Parker hunt him down, and now Trey. We're basically seeing a deja vu right here, man. Is Daniel? Is it just that he's burning up his tires too early in the run? I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Or maybe he's trying to save some tires. But in the meantime, back here for third place, Josh Parker has his hands full with Chad Cole down there in that 82 on the inside. And it looks like Cole's probably going to try and take that spot away from him, move himself up to third. Oh, they could not get any closer coming out of 3 and 4 right there. Cole's got to back off a little bit, gather himself back up, try and make another challenge for that spot. In the meantime, directly behind these two, Justin Fuller in that 5 car. Justin's got maybe some designs on those spots up in front of him. Our early race pole sitter, Gabriel Perry's back there in 6th. 7th is Chad Coleman in that 20 car. 8th is Cohan in the 8. He finally got that away from Dave Comstock in the 42. And bring out your top 10, folks, is Tommy Ryan at 9-9. But it looks to me like Tommy Ryan, he wants to give Comstock a fight for that position right there. Comstock was really loose coming off before that time, Don.
Yeah, Comstock might have used up his tires a little bit there, battling with Cohan earlier on, because right now he's trying to hold off the 99 of Tommy Ryan, and right behind them in the M&M's car is Niall Standish back there. He's basically just licking his chops, waiting to see what's going on with Niall Standish. I keep saying his name wrong. Mr. Standish. I'll just say Standish.
I wonder if he talks like this. His name's Nigel. He might.
I don't know.
The West End. Do you think?
Oh, you do that a lot better than I do. I'm not even going to attempt it.
So anyway, back up front. It looks to me like Falkingham
really
might have actually stepped out a little bit from Edson. It was only 0.2 seconds. Now it's 0.4. I don't know if maybe Edson's letting his tires cool off, try and make a run back at him later on in this run. I mean, we've been to green now for a while there, Don. We went back to green on lap 44. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. Lap 70. So we've been green about 27 laps now, and this is about the time the tires start to give up and maybe start getting a little too slick for these guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this battle, I'm watching this battle right here between Josh Parker, Chad Cole, and Justin Fuller still, and it's still a great battle. These guys aren't done yet. It looks like Chad Cole's trying to take that high line. He might have been able to find something there. I noticed one thing. That's one thing I didn't mention. On my race on Sunday that I was in this car in Phoenix, we had a long green flag run in my race, and I started using the high side, and it seemed like it was a lot faster later on in the run. The high side in our race really kind of came in later on in the race. I'm not sure if that's going to be a factor here or not.
Well, we're going to find out, because the longer this run goes on,
oh,
the more
we got a bumper.
Oh my goodness!
A bumper to Josh Parker.
Wow. That was one heck of a spin. I don't think anybody got into him, but you're right.
I don't know. I think Chad got into him.
He did. I'm watching you right here. I meant as far as anyone behind him. Nobody got into him behind him back there to the 23. So it was a single car incident. They all got woed up and missed him. But oh my goodness, a little bit of drama on track there. You think that Parker might remember that later on?
I don't know. That's going to be the bumper heard around the world. I'm not sure.
Oh my God. Well, in the meantime, we're under caution one more time here at ISM Speedway. We're going to probably bring these guys around for their pit stops. While they do that, I'm going to see if I can't get a word with our in-race reporter, Mitch Rollo.
Oh, wait, you don't want to wait until just before green?
No. Let's get a hold of him as soon as we can. How's that sound?
He might appreciate that. Yeah, let's let him finish his pit stop first.
Yeah, we'll do that. But I'm just saying, we'll grab him before they go one to go. I tell you what, that was a long run. That's part of the longest run we've had of this race, man.
That was. And, I joke about the bumper there that we talked about, but, I'm sure it was just a racing deal. But I'm sure at the same time, Josh Parker is going to be like, hey, what's up with that? He's been a fast car. He might have enough time to get back through the field. And I don't know. You think we'll see some payback later on?
It's possible. You never know with these guys. But in the meantime, these guys are all rolling out now. So let's see if we can't get a hold of our Mitch Ross. Hey, Mitch, John up in the booth.
Yeah, I got you, John.
Well, we got a hold of you early this time. We didn't wait until it was one to go. Looks like you're doing some struggling back there, buddy. What's going on?
Yeah, well, that last pit stop there had a little miscommunication. I actually took 2 left side tires. Or that was a couple pit stops ago, and then car was just absolutely junk. And we went from 9th to 24th in about 15 laps. And then it's just so hard to pass here that You know, once we got tires back on it, we only made up, you know, like 7 positions or so. So hopefully this run we can make up a few more positions, or maybe a short run then 2 tires or something like that. But we're gonna probably have to pull some strategy to try and get back up front there. But we got a fast car. It's just really hard to pass, so it's tough being back all the way in here, and especially with the dirty air.
Yeah, dirty air plays a big part. We've been watching a lot of guys struggle that tonight. So you got about 39 laps to go. Is it time for you to go? You're back here in 18th now. Are you going to maybe notch that aggression up a little bit, or how are you going to play that?
Oh, I've had the aggression notched up, John, but it's time to notch it up one more time, I think. I was pulling some pretty crazy slide jobs there, which I don't usually like doing, but it's just so impossible to pass. That's kind of what you got to do. So we'll see.
So what you're telling me is we're about to see the crazy Cajun come out.
Well, yeah, I'm not from Louisiana, but I do have that mentality going into this.
Crazy Canadian.
Here, so the crazy.
Yeah,
Canadian,
there you go. Crazy Canadian. There you go.
Yeah. So.
All right, brother. We're looking forward to watching there, Mitch.
I appreciate it, guys. Hopefully we go to the front here.
All right. Well, get them belts tight, get them tires clean, bud. You're going back to green.
Thanks, guys.
And folks, that was our in-race reporter, Mitch Rollo, and it might be a little hard to see, but on Mitch's car on the quarter panel, we have a little logo. It's got a beautiful little dog picture on there. It's dedicated to Zuzu. Zuzu is the dog, service dog that was our producer's dog, Aaron Grosskopf. Zuzu passed away last week due to complications from cancer, and our hearts have been with Aaron all week long over that. It's heartbreaking when you lose a pet that's a member of your family, basically, and we just want to let Aaron know that we're still thinking of him. In the meantime, here we go back to green. The pace car's lights are off. Pace car ducks off on the pit road, and we are back to green. And I tell you what, it looks like Falkingham wastes no time trying to keep that lead off out of the hands of Edson there on the outside, Don.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that he didn't start on the outside. We've been seeing that lately, but he's definitely been on par when it comes to these restarts. He gets a great restart there as we see him go through the dog leg. See 3 wide, 2 wide back behind him, but right now he's just setting his own pace. You see these guys getting, like you said before, a little bit below that yellow line when they're coming off a 3 and 4, something that we didn't normally see back before this build in this new tire model.
Wow, I just watched Mitch Rollo go 3 wide in the middle with his teammate, and we're back under caution here. Let's see what we got going on here.
So yeah, let me see what happened here.
Oh, we got a car upside down. Oh, it's the car of Randy Yoakum.
Randy Yoakum.
Not real sure what happened there. Let's see if we can take a look at this. Oh, it was 3 wide, and he got a bumper from the 52, the Jack Daniels car there, and he had a meeting with the end of that pit wall himself.
The end of that pit wall has been very busy tonight.
It really has, but 3 wide through 3 and 4 doesn't really work all the time, and we just saw why right there, as there was a little bit of contact from that Jack Daniels number 52 right there, which sent Randy Yoakum spinning into the pointy end of pit wall there. He's back under power, but chances are he's going to need some extensive repair work done in the pits. That was a fast yellow. I mean, real fast. So what do you think, Don?
But it didn't look like anybody pitted or anything, right?
I think they're coming around now.
Oh, yeah, they're going to come around now. You're right. You know, I don't know. I don't think they are. They just came out, so I'm pretty sure you'll see a lot of guys stay out.
And they're good to go on fuel. We know that. I think the fuel run was like 55, 60 laps, something like that. So we know they're good on fuel. So, yeah, I think everybody's probably just going to stay out. I mean, if you're further back in the pack, maybe take 2 tires or something. I don't know. But it was like 2 laps on green, so it's probably going to be any takers at all on pit road, it looks like. Nope, nobody comes down pit road. So we're going to go ahead and spin around. And, well, how about that?
It's like Randy Yoakum's still going. He's under his own power right there. So, yeah,
that's lucky.
He's going to continue. Yeah, he hit that wall a ton.
And he hit, I mean, that's that pointy end of pit road, man. You know, I mean, that's not something to play with.
No, not at all.
What is that, Auto Club, man, in California?
yeah.
I was leading the A Open one time, and green flag pit stops, man, and I lost control coming around, and that thing impaled the side of my car, and I just sat there for the rest of the race.
Just enjoyed it.
I'm like,
definitely
screw it.
hard to get the car slowed down enough to get onto pit road there.
I mean, they didn't throw a caution for it, you know, so I screwed myself there, but I'm like, screw it.
We'll have to see where Daniel chooses to start here. Last restart there, he chose the bottom line, but You know, basically we've been seeing a lot of guys decide to choose that top line. Just seems to get a better run, a little better arc going into turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it on several restarts, the leader choosing that outside lane for that very reason. Folks, don't forget our triple threat of broadcasting. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Just search the simracingnetwork.com, or just leave the .com off, really. But find us, the Sim Racing Network. Once you find us, like and follow, set your notifications up. You'll get notified every time we go live, and you can catch these awesome races we broadcast several times a week. The replays are posted up on the YouTube channel. Maybe if you want to be a part of this broadcast, maybe get your logo up on there, give us a shout at the simracingnetwork.com. We'll be glad to talk to you about sponsorship opportunities as well. And iRacing's the thing, man. iRacing.com. If you guys are out there watching this video trying to figure out how you can be a part of this kind of fun, go to iRacing.com and check out the subscription packages. They got a great starter package there. Comes with the Legends cars, several different tracks, a couple of street stock, stuff like that. They got the dirt package. I highly recommend getting into dirt. They got the sprints, the pro loop late models, the outlaw sprints. It's a blast. Dirt midgets. I've been learning how to ride dirt midgets lately, Don. I love those things.
I really enjoy the dirt midgets too. They're a blast. They really are. If you can just figure out how to get around, how to drive those things, they can be such a fun car to drive in iRacing.
Well, I'll tell you, I've seen guys that master their throttle control by racing those dirt midgets and come into the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series and just dominate on those short tracks where throttle control is so important. But I'll tell you what, here we go. Pace cars' lights are off. They are stacked up 2 by 2, and once again, Falkingham chooses that inside line there, Don.
Yep, I'm kind of shocked by it. I mean, I'm not shocked. I just didn't expect it. I kind of figured he'd take that high line, but he's decides to take that low line there, and see a lot of guys back there that really want that lead. They're going to be hungry to win this race. I know Chad Cole's one of them right there behind Daniel.
Absolutely, and we know Cole's no stranger to bump and runs, so to speak. So here we go. Pace car is off.
Just ask Josh.
Field, that's right. Just ask Josh. Takes the green. Falkingham gets a pretty decent start there, but look at that high side. They're all bump drafting down there. You got the 40 car Vets on the outside. He ducks right down in front of the 82 of Cole, and I don't know what happened to the 5 car just then, but he wiggled a lot. He's got a lot of heavy backside damage, so I'm not real sure what took place right there, but he gets to the side of Perry going for the dog leg. Meantime, out front, it's Falkingham over Edson in second.
Yeah, and I'm seeing 3 wide back there. Look like somebody got up against the wall just a little bit, but we're still going racing. These guys are just battling back there. But, yeah, right now we got Trey Edson. He's trying to find the run to be able to get up to Daniel right there. And at the same time, he's also got Chad Cole breathing down his neck as they go through the dog leg here.
Tell you what, we are under 30 laps to go right this time by, and it's time to go. Time to get it done or get off the pot, as people used to say. I can't really say what they used to say because it's a dirty word, but you know what I mean. It's time to get things done here. Let's check in on Mitch Rollo. Where's he at? He's back here in 17th spot. He's gained 1 spot, but he's on that outside line there, back there. Oh, we got another caution
on the track. Oh, and this is a big one. Looks like number 4. And trying to see who else.
Oh, yeah.
Look like the number 4.
Oh, 23 was in that.
Yeah.
The 84 was in on it, and the 43. A lot of heavy damage to those cars. The 51 was kind of a back marker on that. Let's see what happened
Parker. Here. Too bad for him. He got involved in that. He wouldn't even have been back there if it wasn't for the incident before that. And, yeah, just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Wow, that's unfortunate right there. That brings out another quick caution. And I tell you what, this is going to be frustrating for the guys up front because this is one of those rhythm tracks we talked about last week, Don, where, you really got to have a few laps to get into your rhythm and really get this track or the car to drive the track the way you want it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw long green flag runs in the middle of this race, and here we got a bunch of yellows again. Basically, these guys know it's go time and everything, and man, I feel really bad for Josh Parker. That guy must feel like a pinball out there. He gets a little bump from Chad Cole early as he's been running up front pretty much most of the race, and then because of that gets weighed in the back there, and now gets caught up in another mess. And wow, I feel really bad for the guy.
I kind of want to be a fly on the wall down there in the pits when this is over.
Yeah, I mean, I hope a lot of these guys choose to keep their helmets on before they approach each other and go to talk. I wouldn't want to see any of these beautiful faces get messed up.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know what to say to that. I really don't. Oh my goodness. Anyway, back up front, it's still Falkingham trying to take the lead away from that pace car. It's a fight coming out of 3 and 4 right there.
still got you giggling there. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, he's still in the lead here. I mean, we've been seeing him start at the bottom. He's been choosing to start at the bottom. I'm guessing he's going to continue to do that since, that's pretty much what he's been doing. It seems to be working for him. So
look at that line the pace car's taking right there. Oh, that pace car looks strong right there in the middle line.
Yeah, it does. That pace car's got a lot of grip right there.
A lot of grip. I'm really impressed by that. He's just barely holding on to that lead, though. But look at that arc he takes coming off of 4 down the front stretch. Give the lead to the pace car driver.
These guys kind of feel the same way right now. A lot of yellows. A lot of yellows.
One of these days, I'm going to develop an algorithm to track how many laps pace car leads in a league race. Just to see.
Just to see?
Just to see.
Another thing I was noticing here, kind of get off the subject, you can actually see the marbles and the rubber buildup.
Yeah.
Especially, what did they just go through 1 and 2 there? Right against the wall right there, you can see going through 1 and 2, they got a lot of marble buildup. And I've been watching that buildup all race long. You'll notice that's another thing that iRacing added on here is a lot of, like the dirt, debris, the dust. You'll see a lot of that kick up here during the race.
Yes, they will. And it's great when you're driving this car. That crap bounces off your windshield.
Yeah,
it's bouncing all around inside the car. It's just so crazy sounding, man. I remember when it first came out, it threw me off. I wasn't, I didn't.
You
read
can
the
actually hear
notes.
it hitting the bottom of the car.
Yeah, I didn't read the release notes. So I'm hearing all this crap going on in my headphones. Like, oh my God, did I break something?
Oh well, look at this. Look who chooses to start on the outside.
Oh, he must be hearing you. He must be listening to you.
Maybe. You don't want to take advice from me.
Why not? Oh, wow, look at that track tip down to 86 degrees,
Yeah.
man.
I've been looking at that all night. Ever since you talked about it, it blows me away how much this track has changed as far as the temperatures go. It's just been unreal. I mean, we've seen it get all the way up to, I think it was like up to 109, 110.
111 at one point.
111 at one point, that's what I thought. Now we're back down to 86.
And that means more grip. These guys are going to have more grip going through these turns, able to get into that throttle a lot quicker coming off the turn, so that should make a very interesting. Maybe that's why he took the outside on this restart. I mean,
maybe
that's the only time we've seen him take the outside is down was a cooler temperature.
Maybe, and definitely. I mean, we're closing in the laps here. He's got to make sure he keeps that lead. Yellows keep coming out here. I guess he just figures the advantage is going to be on the high side as the pace car pulls down. Pace car
is off the track. Green flag is back out. And Falkingham gets an outstanding start on that outside line there. Jumps out about 3 car lengths going down to 1. In the meantime, the 40 of Trey Etzen, he's going to have his hands full on that outside line. Well, maybe not. It looks like the 5 got a little loose of Justin Fuller, got a little loose going down there to 1 and 2, so he falls back into the clutches of that 82 car down on the inside. Chad Cole in that 82 red, white, and blue car trying to take that lead away, Don.
Yeah, he's definitely digging down there. He's trying to get in. He's trying to get that position right there. From him. He's losing a little bit. The high side seems to get a little momentum there as they dive down into the corner. Fuller seems to be pinching him down just a little bit, but he's able to gain that momentum as they go through the dogleg here. You can see these guys way back behind there, 3 wide, spreading out in the dogleg.
Man, I don't know who hit Fuller in the back end, but it looks like he backed into a telephone pole back there. It really does.
The back end of that car is all bent up, but it doesn't seem to be hurting him too much on track.
Not at all. He's doing pretty good. He's got 3rd place pinned down there.
Another
got another caution on track. Come on, guys.
Trying to see what this one's for.
Front stretch, car number 1, Chris Cabot. And it looks like Chris... Well, no, I take that back. It was in front of him. It was Glenn Campbell got turned coming off of 4. Campbell come off the outside wall down in the front of the 1 car of Chris Cabot. Pretty extensive damage on both those cars now, so that puts us under caution once again.
Another yellow as we see, Glenn Campbell's car is all tore up. Front end of that car is just destroyed. It's hammered right now, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to continue or not. But another yellow. I'm not sure. How many yellows have we had tonight?
I've lost track, to be completely honest with you. Yeah. To be honest with you, I from my seat here, I can see that plate of chicken wings that we had for dinner, and I'm distracted. To be
You're distracted?
Honest, a little bit distracted. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we were talking about your new autobiography. What was it going to be called? A bucket of wings and a pocket full of Twinkies?
No, sir. A bucket of wings and a gallon of whiskey.
Oh, bucket of wings and a gallon of whiskey. That's what it was.
Yeah, I'm contemplating renaming my business, my graphics business to, right now it's Raging Cajun Graphics and Wraps. I'm thinking about renaming it to Wings and Whiskey Graphics and Wraps. I don't know, man. Anyway, I digress. Man, folks, if I haven't said it before, let me reiterate that we have the triple threat of broadcasting here at the Sim Racing Network. You can catch us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And give us a like, give us a follow. Oh, do we have takers coming down pit road? No, we do not. I'm sorry. I'm on the dog leg back here. Thought that was pit road entrance. But
you had me actually wondering, too, because I was looking.
I know.
Going, oh, wow, they are.
Wait a minute. No.
You had me tricked, too.
But do you think we might see some pit stops coming later on? If we have one more last caution, we got 20 laps to go here this time by. They've been out for a few laps on these tires. It's debatable. I guess it would depend on everybody from second back's going to want to watch what Falkingham does.
Yeah, I mean, if we get like another caution and there's like 12 to 10 laps to go, I mean, I think it's just all going to be
39
dictated.
Cars on the lead lap right now. You got to weigh that.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be dictated by just whatever the leader does, like, because pretty much he's the sitting duck if it happens again. Because if he pits, guys are going to stay out. If he stays out, guys are going to pit. So. I don't know. Man,
that's insane. Well, I'll tell you what's really crazy is we started this race with 43 cars. We still have 42 of them on track.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Only one car is retired from the race. That's the 8 car of Randy Yoakum. We saw what happened to him earlier. He got impaled, poor guy, by the pit road fence there. But I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, Don. Me not being the greatest driver in the world at all, if I'm up there in the lead this late in the race, I'm just going to make my bed and lay with it, 20 laps to go. There's 39 cars in the lead lap. There's no way in hell I'm pitting for anything.
I mean, I just recently won a race this way, so it was. I kind of go with you right there. I mean, yeah, if you're in the lead, you kind of don't want to give it up. So I mean, if I was in that position, I'd be staying right there. I wouldn't even. I'd tell my pit crew, you guys are just off for the day. You guys will just go back to the trailer.
I mean, exactly. I just need you guys to hang out there and push me when I need to run out of a wreck.
Exactly.
But we're going to get a restart here with exactly 19 laps to go. And it's going to make for an interesting restart here. Now Edson is on the outside, and Falkingham takes the inside this time.
This time.
But look, the sun's back out. The track temperature is back up to 93. Now, folks, you're probably wondering, how does the driver in the car know what the track temperature is if he's nobody telling him that? Well, if you head over to iRacingIFlag.com, they've got this great little device called the digital pit box. I've got one here. It gives you temperature on the track lap by lap. It tells you how much gas you've got left, how much you need to go back to green. It'll tell you what your tires look like when you pit. All kind of great information on there. I would delve into it a little bit more, but we're about to go back to green here. Go over to iRacingIFlag.com and check it out for yourselves. Folks, here we go. The pace cars' lights are off. They're stacked up 2 by 2 behind them. Take them to green, Don.
Yeah, right here we got Daniel looking low. He's been the master of restarts all night. I have no doubt he's going to do it again here. There he goes. Green flag is out. Daniel's just taking a commanding lead once again going into turn 1. He runs the car up high, arcs it down in there just like he's been doing all the time. I mean, he's got these restarts just well in hand, as you see the guys behind him 2 by 2 as they go down through the dog leg. I'm sure they're going to be spreading out here. Another caution out on the track. Looks like it's way back in the field.
That's right, folks. Another caution on track. Let's see if we can find out. It looks like the car number 89 of Brian Wortman is involved this time. No, it's way up ahead of him, actually. He just came in on the back side of it. Let's see what we got going on here.
I'm trying to see who it was.
45 car. Yeah, it looks like Mike Montesi got hit on the outside.
It looks like we had a little action post too. I'm looking after the race there, or after the caution there. It looked like the number 51 of Nick Thames took his little aggressions out on somebody there.
Really?
Yeah.
Nick got upset with somebody? That's unheard of.
I'm shocked. I'm just as shocked as you are.
Not Nick Thames. Come on, man. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, see, I told
goodness.
you. He definitely took some anger out on somebody there.
Well, it's emotional. These races, you put a lot into this. They do a lot of prepping.
Trying to see who he hit, actually.
84.
Was it 84? Okay.
Well, it looked like the 84 was also involved with what started that whole caution.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm
he
not
went all
sure.
the way back over there to go say hi to him, and
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, they prep all week for these races. I know for a fact that Rollo and those guys in crossover do hundreds of laps of practice with each other on track, measuring fuel runs and tire wear and all kinds of stuff. So, a lot of guys take this very, very seriously. A lot of people look at this, oh, it's just a game. No, it's really not. I mean, first off, this is one of the most realistic simulations you're going to find to get into a car. I am not even joking, folks, when I tell you that real-life racers, Xfinity drivers, truck drivers, cup drivers, use iRacing to train for tracks they've never seen before. And it's been going on for a long time. Hell, Denny Hamlin used a certain simulator prior to iRacing to learn Pocono his rookie year.
Yep.
And he dominated Pocono that year. Remember
I was
that?
just thinking that he won both races that year at Pocono.
Yeah. And
if I remember
he
right.
said in his interview that he did thousands of laps at Pocono in the old Pappy NASCAR race in 2003.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember, and all of us, I remember all the sim racers was like, ooh, look, we get a mention. Kind of all felt like our whole community got kind of credit for something that we've known for years.
Exactly. That time that Dale Jr. and Truex dominated Talladega using the BR line. Remember that?
And he was talking about it. They were talking about it with who's their longtime spotter. I'm trying to. TJ Majors, thank you. Dale Jr.'s longtime sponsor, or spotter. I mean, was talking about that during the race. I remember he was, hey, remember Talladega BR and all those different tracks that we used to have back then.
And I mean, that's what I'm saying, folks. This is realistic as it gets, and it takes practice. You can't just jump in this thing and drive it like a video game. You're not going to be successful. You're not going to be good. A lot of us learned that the hard way back in the early '90s when the NASCAR Racing Series first came out. But anyway, we digress as usual. Don and I do that a lot, folks. Just bear with us. We're old and funky. Lights are off the pace car. The clouds are back on the track. We're going back to green, Don, and our track temperature is 96 and dropping down to 95 now.
Yeah, it's dropping. Clouds are back out again, and looks like Daniel's chosen to take the low line once again on this restart. He's had plenty of practice for restarts tonight, so I think that's probably why he's been so good at it. We've seen he's been able to just jump out and get a lead there, but these yellows keep hampering that for him, and he has to keep doing this over again. We'll see if we'll be able to finish it to green here as the pace car peels off.
And he's off. Pace car's gone. The green flag is out, and Falkingham wastes no time at all. That's probably the only benefit to him for these restarts, these yellows, is that he's so damn good at restarts that he doesn't have to worry about
another caution right there.
Oh, here we go again.
Looked like they went 3 wide going through the corner there in turn 2 from what I saw, and then just kind of got stacked up back there.
Well, folks, what we're going to do real quick, we know we're not going to do any pit stops or anything. We're going to take a quick commercial break, let ourselves and these drivers catch their breaths, get some water in our systems, and we'll be right back. We're going to leave it on corner to corner for you so you don't miss any of this exciting yellow flag running, and we'll be right back.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
right, Watson, let's analyze.
And welcome back to ISM, folks. You haven't missed a whole lot. The pace car still leads the field. Falkingham in second, Transervice in third. We're going to be going back to green here. So I'm sorry. I shouldn't joke around like this. These guys, yeah, Falkingham is in first. You're right. I apologize. But we should be getting one to go here shortly. Don, it's not been a bad race so far. Just a lot of mistakes on track by folks. Just trying to get used to a new build. And I'm saying it's the build's fault at all. I like the new build. I have driven the new build on other tracks, and it's really enjoyable. The car is very comfortable to drive, especially in open setup races. Now, this is a fixed setup race, so these guys can't adjust the car much at all, other than steering ratio, brake bias, and small things like that. They have used things on track like 2-tire stops to loosen the car up a little bit, but the build is great. It's just we got some people on track right now that are a little aggressive, and it's that time of the race to be aggressive, but be smart about it too, you know.
Yeah, I know some guys aren't a big fan of the new build. I mean, I personally, I actually like it. I have no problem with it. I think it's it's just a different way. You just got to learn how to drive the car. It's just a different car to drive. It's no different than any other builds. When we get 2 new tire models, some guys kind of take to it better than others, and that's just the way it goes. You know, I mean, Phoenix is a short track racing, though. You know, it doesn't feel like it here at Phoenix because of the speeds and everything. It doesn't necessarily feel like Martinsville or Bristol or anything like that, but it's a short track, so we still get short track racing. We still get short track tempers, and we still get the bumping and the bang.
Absolutely. So. And we touched on it at the beginning of the show. This is a speedway that drives and acts like a short track.
Yeah,
definitely. It really is. We said that last night. It's flat turns, low speed turns, but I think it's one of the greatest tracks on
I love this track. I think it's a great track, especially with the new build. I think it's really fun to drive.
I'm really ready for them to do the flip flop I did in real life and put the start finish line down there in the dog leg.
Yeah, me too.
Well, here we go, folks. Pace car's lights are off. The pace car is off track. Falkingham is on the gas. We're back to green. Put Falkingham back to the front. Edson second still. The 5 car back there. Fuller in third, and we've got a little bit of a fight for 4th place there, Don.
Yeah, they're battling right there, 2 wide. Tro making a little bit of contact there for the position.
And another caution.
Another caution out on the track. I believe it's back in the back, as Denny Hamlin would say, wrecking for 90th.
You're right. You're so right. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness. It's not funny. It's really not. Well, like I said, the only person that's really happy about these cautions has got to be Falkingham because he's got these restarts down to an art.
I mean, it's a science for him. He's got tons. He's got tons of practice here. So, and yeah, he's loving this. I mean, we get one more of these, and he's going to be loving it. He's going to have it wrapped up here.
Well, let's see. We are taking the flag right here, coming across the line for lap 135. This time
I think we'll have one lap shootout.
It's going to be a 1 or 2 lap shootout. So either way, if he can just get a really good restart this next time by, whatever flag ends the race, he's got a pretty good shot at winning this thing. Unless Edson can maybe sneak one by on him on the restart. We saw it last night in the Xfinity race. Unfortunately, somehow the guy got black flagged. I still haven't figured that out. He shouldn't have gotten black flagged. He all he did was push somebody out ahead on the restart, but he got black flag. It was a great. If you get a chance, Don, go back and watch the replay. You'll see what I'm talking about. But
okay,
like I said, if Falkingham just continues to get these stellar restarts he's got this race won.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he just needs to keep doing what he's doing and bring it home. He just needs to, stay patient, understand he can't control the cautions. It's just a nature of the beast, really. And he's in the best place for the restarts. I mean, you can see the pace car, so he dictates the restart. So, he just has to make sure he gets through the gears, don't spin his tires, and he should be able to bring this home.
Absolutely. In the meantime, folks, let's see. Like I said, we're at lap 135 right now. We'll see.
Not once have we talked to our in-race reporter doing all these yellows.
Let's pull him up here and then just get a word with him real quick.
Let's wake him up and see if he's napping.
Mitch, roll up in the booth. John here, you got me?
Yeah, we're still here, John.
Told you.
Well,
he was
my
napping.
friend, I hate to say this, but are you awake back there?
Kinda. Just kind of trying to make up positions the best I can, but it's hard to do when guys on the back keep wrecking. So it's unfortunate that the race has gone this way. It started really good, but now we're to the point where we're just we have to make stupid moves on the restarts to make any positions up because everyone's causing cautions, and then that causes more cautions. So.
Well, we're going to keep you up here if it's okay with you. No, actually, we better not. You got to concentrate on the restart here, but you've only got a few laps to go. Looks like you're probably going to go back to green with maybe a 2-lap shootout. What you got in store for this guy in front of you?
Well, I'm just going to drive it in there about 20,000 car lengths deep and hope it sticks and just send it. We're just going to send it. So, no, just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to wreck the whole field, but we'll see what we can do here. Yeah, I know. Everyone else does, so but I'm not going to. But no, we'll see what we can do here. I'm gonna make some crazy moves, try and make my way to the front in this. Looks like it's gonna be a 3-lap shootout, hopefully, unless the caution comes out.
All right, folks. Well, that's everybody's favorite crazy Canadian, Mitch Rollo on the 96 car. Mitch, good luck, buddy.
Good luck, Mitch.
Gonna need it. Thank you.
All right, we are. Send it.
He's gonna try.
Oh my goodness. Well, here we go. Don, pace cars, lights are off. They're stacked up 2 by 2. You know what? I've been doing this a long time tonight. Why don't you take us back to green one more time, my friend?
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, Daniel. I mean, we talked about him all.
Ham.
It's what? No, I just call him Daniel. I won't even say his last name because I'll slaughter it. But no, he's been killing it for restarts tonight. I mean, talking about slaughtering, and pace car's peeling off right here. Daniel's going to go up through the gears. Got a little bump there at the start from the guy behind him, but he's going to definitely get himself out front there, get himself to the high line, arc it down to the bottom. You see those guys going 3 wide back there, making contact in the back. Look like somebody got a little loose. Hopefully don't get another yellow. Daniel's going through the dog leg right here. Got a commanding lead so far.
Coming down through 3 and 4 on lap 130. Oh, we got a big wreck coming through 3 and 4 right there. Not real sure what happened, but that is definitely going to be the end of the race right there, folks.
And that's it right there. Daniel Falkingham is going to be your race winner here at Phoenix.
That's unreal. I don't know what happened back there. It was hard to tell, but it involved the 91 car of Steve Gottschalk and the 93 car of Kevin DeBrown, and I'm not real sure what happened. It looked like maybe, Gottschalk got turned by the 09, just straight turned up into the wall there, and unfortunately Kevin DeBrown was just a part of it, and that's just, I don't know what that was all about. That's just sad.
That's just too bad. Those guys are battling at the end, but we got to the end here, folks. We finally got to the end here at Phoenix with your race winner. With your race winner right here, and I don't know. There was a lot of yellows there. What do you think?
Too many yellows. I'm not going to mince words here. I love these guys. Don't get me wrong, but if they would just calm down a little bit, they could have given us a much better race tonight in this Cup Series. We saw a great race last night in the Xfinity Series. There were a couple of cautions in the Xfinity Series. Don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of green flag racing also.
I mean, we had a good little middle part of the race there. We had some green flag racing. We had some long runs going on there. We saw the tires wear. We saw guys struggling with that, and just the way that affected the race and affected how these guys were driving these cars here. The different lines, and we didn't see guys be quite as aggressive the longer the tire wear was. You almost feel like you wish there was a setting in the leagues where they could be like, okay, we're going to start with 50% tire wear or something like that.
Yeah, well, what's crazy is in the old Pappy series, the tires wore down big time.
Yeah,
and you could blow a tire out if you stayed out too long. I did it at Dover. Wasn't even
you definitely could. Yeah, you could do that.
But that's it right there. Lap 140, excuse me, in the books. Come across, checker flag here. Daniel Falkingham is going to be your leader. Folks, we're going to take a break. We're going to leave it on corner to corner so you can watch these awesome burnouts that I'm sure Falkingham's about to do, because he's got plenty of gas and tires left for it. So when we come back, we'll have interviews with your top 3.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to ISM Raceway, folks. Sim Racing Network bringing you the Sim500 Racing League's coverage of the Transervice Cup Series Monday night race here at ISM. It's finally over. Our top 3 are standing by for interviews. As a matter of fact, I do believe Uncle Runkle has caught up with our third place driver of Justin Fuller.
Yeah, I'm down here with Justin Fuller, third place finisher in the number 5 car. Man, a lot of yellows tonight, a lot of action. Had some good racing there in the middle. Yeah, how you feel about your race tonight, man? Good podium finish there for you, Justin.
Thanks. First off, I gotta say sorry again to Scott Simley. I turned him early in the race. Tried to avoid getting run over from behind and spun him. Pretty much ruined his race. He had a good run going. But other than that, I mean, I gave myself a speeding penalty just like I did again last night. For some reason, I have an issue with speeding at this track. I did it last year in the trucks too, so got to figure that out. Able to come through the field with some pitch strategy and managed to come away with a third. It's nice to have my bad luck turned around for the better since Atlanta and Vegas, but it was a good race other than all the cautions there at the end. But yeah, I'm not feeling the hottest, so it's just nice to have this race be over with.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys kind of feel that way about it. We were noticing tonight a lot of differences in the track temperature. A lot of clouds coming out, and the track was changing drastically in the temperature. Were you guys able to notice that a lot on in the race tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure. Track was hot. It would be real slick, especially off turn 4. We had cloud cover there. It seemed like for like 10, 15 laps straight, and you could definitely tell the track cooled down because the top line kind of went away and everything was on the bottom. So Daniel had this thing figured out. I mean, when I saw him running away on old tires, he was good in the heat and the shade. It didn't matter what it was. So he had it figured out. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, he had a solid run tonight too. You got any sponsors? Anybody that might be watching? Anybody you want to thank?
I want to thank Sim500 for the league. I want to thank Transervice for sponsoring the league. Gary Mercer Trucking, all the admins that put up with all the nonsense that happened. It was a great race up until like 30-40 to go, and then just other precautions after that. So I'm sure they're gonna be busy tonight looking through that. I want to thank everybody at Aftermath Motorsports, all my teammates. Shout out to Trey for the good run he had too. Shout out to him also for painting all my cars. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. I'm sure while I'm working tomorrow driving my 18-wheeler, I'll be watching the broadcast all over again.
Yeah, well, definitely. You can watch it and enjoy your third place finish there, Justin. Good race tonight, man.
Thanks. Have a good night.
And that was Don Runkle down there talking to our third place driver, Justin Fuller. We're going to give Don a second to go catch up with second place guy, Trey Edson. I tell you what, though, Don, he at least he's responsible enough to take and admit that he made a mistake there and got into something like it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they had some contact earlier on, and he fesses up to it. I mean, that means a lot to a guy that when something like that happens on a track, to be able to hear that from somebody. But I've caught up right here with our second place finisher and the number 40 car, Trey Edson, starting 7th on the grid tonight and be able to bring it home second. A lot of cautions there at the end. Really just couldn't get the run to be able to get by Daniel. How do you feel about your race tonight, Trey?
I'm happy with it, man. We came here in the fall last year, and I I was out to lunch. I'd be fast for 4 or 5 laps, and then I think I fell all the way back to like 15th. Eventually got wrecked, so I was kind of dreading going into the night. But the car drove a lot better. Just kind of took my time, played a little bit of 2-tire strategy there. It was kind of weird with how the cautions are falling early, whether you took 2 or 4. Took 2, and actually I love the way it handled on 2 with how free it got, but it kind of didn't have the grip to go with people with 4. Maintained, kept my nose clean, had good pit stops, but yeah, at the end I think when Cole and Parker got together, I would gain like 200ths on Daniel, and then he'd gain like 100 back. I mean, we were pretty much mirroring lap times. I was just, you know what I mean? I'd gain a little bit, he would gain it back. So I would have liked for that to stay green the last 30, 40, whatever it was, and ran that out to see if I could have got to his bumper. But right there at the end, the leader has the control of the restarts. He gets that launch, and not much I can do but hope and pray that I can hold on to second. So yeah, second's a good night. I could have easily been one of them guys in them wrecks, so can't complain too much.
Yeah, we were. I was asking, Justin Fuller about the changes in the track temperature, because we were talking about during the broadcast, the cloud cover would just drastically change the track temperature, and how much it would affect the car. Was that a big thing that was either helped you get to the front or helped you stay up there or anything like that tonight?
I would say honestly, I just kind of took care of my right front. I wasn't driving into the corners as far as some guys, and jumping back in the gas like some of them. So I don't think the weather played much of a factor for me. It did throw me off a little bit with how dark it would get. It would like mess with my eyes. I know that sounds weird, but it would take a lap or two to like refocus. The setup was real loose off of turn 4. I'm sure you saw a couple guys get
yeah. Oh, definitely.
Once the clouds would come in, you could throw it into 3 or 4 till tomorrow, and then you would have a ton of drive off. So that would take some getting used to, is not being scared to lay that thing to the floor. But yeah, Daniel was fast all night. Him and Parker, them guys were. I think we were just kind of the same speed. Can't really do much with somebody the same speed. But yeah, second's a good night. I can't thank Glenn and everyone at Transervice enough for jumping on board for the season. We've had a good start. Had a bad Atlanta, but I think it's 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 races. It's a long season, so I'll take it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good start to the season. Anybody else that maybe you want to give a shout out to or thank while you're at it?
No, just Glenn. They jumped on board Transervice. It was like a couple days before Daytona, so I'm glad to give him a good run. He's on a couple of our cars, so it's nice to lead the Transervice parade. Working on a few new sponsors for some other series, but nothing we can thank yet. So hopefully we can get something signed, and I'll have a few more partners on board. But thank you guys. Y'all do a great job. It's been a while since I got to talk to you. So thanks, Joey and Sim500 and everybody that makes this league go.
Oh, definitely, man. Congratulations on your second place finish there, Trey.
Appreciate it, man. Y'all have a great evening.
That's Trey Etzen, your second place finish in the number 40 car.
Thank you very much for that interview there, Don. Great interview. Great talking to Trey again. I'm down here in Victory Lane with Daniel Falkingham, the Transervice Cup Series winner tonight at ISN Speedway. Daniel, congratulations on a stellar run. You finally brought it home for the win, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know who won. It was either me or the pace car. Can't tell yet, but
Well, you led 83 laps and he led 50, so that should tell you right there.
Oh, all right. Well, at least we know the winner is now, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that race that's kind of what I expected coming in. I mean, just Phoenix and just this track just brings out a lot of yellows, and I knew this was a good group of guys to race with, and I kind of thought it would go better at least towards the end, which I don't think we made a single lap under green in like the last 20, 30 laps, I think it was. So yeah, kind of disappointed. Kind of really wanted to race Trey there at the end to really show how fast he was on the short run and stuff. But I mean, I was out front when it mattered, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you, it was you had a really long green flag run there in the middle of the race, which was really entertaining to watch. We were commenting on how last night I saw you dipping your left side tires down below the yellow line in 3 and 4, and it seemed to really help your car turn better. But tonight it didn't seem to be helping out a whole lot. You want to touch on that?
It actually did work for me actually a little bit, because when I could enter lower in the corner, like as the car would slide up, it would stick. My left side would stick right on the yellow line. I was able to keep turning it through the center, especially when the shade came over. I did the same thing when I was racing Josh for the lead. I was able to get underneath the yellow, and I could hook the yellow line easily, and I could just get to the power. And I was able to beat Josh off the corner, especially through 3 and 4. And then the next lap, I did the same thing, and I got behind for the lead. So I think it worked out for me better tonight than it did last night because the Cup car, like tonight, was a lot more freer than the Xfinity car was last night. So I could be a little bit more aggressive in the corner, and I could play with the throttle, play with the brake a lot more. So tonight definitely suited my driving style.
Well, I tell you what, it looked like it suited your driving style. You had a dominating race again. You led you led a dominating lap number of 83 laps compared to the 43 led by the Parker car. You had the fastest lap time as well, 25.3. Is there anybody you want to thank for your victory tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to thank First Rate Bait and Lobster 207 for all their support. Thanks to Cameron Colby for painting my car. Special shout out and thank you to everyone at Sim500, Joey, and all the guys for putting on a great league. Thank you to Transervice for all their support for the series. Also, shout out to all you guys at SRN for putting on the broadcast. You, Don, and Aaron. So, shout out to my parents who are watching tonight. Shout out to my grandmother who's also watching tonight. And thanks to everyone who watched tonight.
Well, thank you very much, Daniel, for taking time out of your Victory Lane celebration to chat with us. Congratulations on a stellar run tonight, bud. We'll see you next week at Auto Club Speedway.
All right, thank you, John.
That was tonight's winner there, Don. Daniel Falkingham, kind of enthusiastic about that win, but he kind of, he shouted at what we were saying there that, it was unfortunate the amount of cautions we had towards the end of that race.
Yeah, but you heard the other competitors there. Everybody was talking about how fast Daniel was tonight, regardless of the yellows. I mean, he had this track figured out. He knew where to put his car. He, figured out tire strategy. He was able to figure out the weather, the changes in the track temperature. I mean, he was just definitely the top of the field tonight, and he showed it there with the win.
Absolutely. Like I said, he led 83 out of the 140 laps we had here at ISM Speedway. So let's go a quick recap, folks. Daniel Falkingham was your winner. Trey Edson second, Justin Fuller third, Chad Cole fourth, Tommy Ryan fifth, Gabriel Perry, our pole sitter, finally brought it back in sixth. He had some trouble tonight, made a good comeback for a nice sixth-place finish. Nick Cohan in seventh, Comstock finished eighth. Mitch Rollo, struggling like he did, still brought it home ninth. I guess he sent it down in that turn and it stuck for him. And finally, your top 10 is Eric Arnold in 10th place. Don, we had a great run tonight. I thought for a while there in the middle of it, a good long green flag run. But like I said, 13 cautions for 50 laps, 5 lead changes here at ISM.
Yeah, we should be interviewing the pace car driver. I think he got a podium finish tonight.
He's probably still drinking his champagne.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate we had a lot of yellows, but we still have some great racing there in the middle part of the race. And yeah, congratulations to Daniel. Great that his family's watching tonight and they get to see him enjoy Victory Lane.
And once again, folks, that's going to do it for us tonight. The John, Don, and Double A-Ron show. We appreciate you tuning in on whatever platform you watch us on. You can grab us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Just search the Sim Racing Network, and you'll find us. Give us a like and follow. Get those notifications set up for you. Next week, we head to Auto Club Speedway, Don. It's one of my favorite tracks. I know I said that about a lot of these tracks, but I really love Auto Club.
I have a special place in my heart for that track because that was the place, the home of my last victory here. Not in Sim500, but I did just win there recently, and I do love that place. So with the new era, with the new package we have, it's definitely gonna have a game changer there because these D-shaped ovals, these 1.5 miles, it's a new horsepower package, and these cars don't have as much horsepower, and they drive different at these tracks. California kind of drives almost like Talladega now.
I'll tell you what, California, people forget that's a 2-mile track, man. It's huge.
Oh, that's right. It is 2 miles.
It's a West Coast version of Michigan.
That's right.
I mean, it's wide. You've got so much room to run there. I am so excited to go there. With
I can't wait for that one.
Right. Well, folks, you can catch us next week. for that broadcast, make sure you find us somewhere, Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Give us a like and follow. We'll get you notified as soon as we go live with it. It'll be me and Don and Aaron again. Hopefully Ben will be back. Again, Ben's got some personal life stuff rearing its ugly head, and I just hope and pray that everything works out for him and his beloved, because it's nothing. I'm not going to get into detail. That's his business. But what he's going through is nothing I would wish on my worst enemy. So, Ben, we are thinking about you, brother. Thinking about all of you over there. God bless y'all. Folks, God bless each and every one of you. Remember, well, you know what? Before I get into my diatribe, Don, is there any last thoughts you have for this track?
I'm just kind of glad this race is over as far as the cautions go. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the other drivers are too, but no, I mean, it's about it. Like I said, Phoenix, it's a great track. We saw a lot of changes in the track temperature, and it changed the race up a little bit, but that's just the new package, dynamic weather, dynamic track. It's all about iRacing, continue to making the sim better and better all the time.
Absolutely. And I mean, we complain about the cautions, and granted there were a lot, but like you just said, the racing has gotten so much better with this newer build. And yes, there are people out here who don't like it and don't care for it. I, for one, I'm on the other side of that fence. I love it. I love what it's done. We saw it tonight. It really packs the field. These guys are not being able to get away from each other anymore. You've got to master your craft. You've got to master how to drive this car now. And I think it means nothing but the best for these guys. Once they get it figured out, we'll see some great driving. Folks, that is going to do it for us this time. And please remember, put your phone down when you're driving. Be safe out there. Whatever you're talking about can wait until you get to a stoplight or a driveway or a parking lot. Don't be texting and driving. Don't be talking on the phone if you can avoid it, unless it's an emergency. Remember, be good to each other out there. You only got one life. Make the best of it and treat each other right. Smile more often. Love each other a long time. God bless each and every one of you. For Don Uncle Runkle Jr., Aaron Groskoff, this is John Mushman Jr. signing off from the Sim Racing Network. We'll see you next week.